Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me now. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me, and apologies, there was a problem with the previous live stream. Thank you so much for joining me for this live stream that had to be changed in the last second because of the recent updates. And before we go into anything really, before we speak, before we analyze, before we give you all of the details of what's happening, this is what happens when you let rabid, psychopathic, genocidal maniacs do whatever they wish with impunity. Whatever's happening now isn't the fault of Iran. Whatever's happening now is the fault of Israel, the United States, the United Kingdom, the EU, and every single state that supported the genocidal, satanic death cult of Israel. These are the people to blame. These are the people in charge, not Iran. The people in charge of this war, of this escalation, are the genocidal satanic death cult of Israel, the genocidal administration of the US, the corrupt genocidal regime in this corrupt government of Britain and other EU states. These are the people who are responsible. That's before we begin talking about anything at all. Which leads us to what's been happening. So you have a genocidal state acting with impunity, killing innocent children, 24/7, 33,000 children. And mind you, forget about the tone that's happening now. And they're killing innocent people. Where were you from day one? Where were you from day one? Demonizing the legitimate Palestinian resistance, standing with a genocidal, supremacist, satanic death cult, killing innocent civilians, committing genocide in the 21st century. Where were you? No, instead of stopping this genocidal, satanic death cult, they go and take their ships to form a genocide coalition against Yemen. Now Iran's attacking. What are you expecting exactly? Everyone to be silent? For your arrogant faces, arrogant supremacist neo-colonial faces to go and roam around the world treating it as if it's your backyard? Controlling other people by force and violence for centuries? This is what we said from day one. The people supporting Israel here in Britain and in the US and in the EU are more genocidal than them. These people are in charge of mass enslavements in Africa, all across the world, telling them about Israel committing a genocide, 30,000 people. They killed millions. What are we talking about? The British Empire, how many people did they kill? And now this stupid fool of a foreign minister here in the UK, Cameron, calling Abdullahian earlier today, de-escalate, we don't want you to expand the war. Call your little genocidal psychopath killing babies and children and letting his army rape women in front of their people. Banning medical aid in front for anyone. Coming to talk to me about Iran, about your puppets. Talk about your genocidal maniacs. What do you think? Everyone's going to look at you and not do anything? Of course they're going to do something. Any decent human being will respond to such violence, such cruelty, such barbarism. Talk about medieval barbarism. They're the grandfather and grandmother of medieval barbarism and terrorism. Telling me Iran must stop... Who led this? You had half a year to stop this genocidal state cult going on. You're talking to Iran now? Talking about the Palestinian people resisting? And now the EU, what did they do yesterday? They put more resistance groups on the terrorist list. We don't want to start getting all heated up here, but really, it just shows you who the real genocidal maniacs are. Surprised. And now Benjamin Netanyahu, he's saying thank you to Biden and to Britain and to everyone for standing with us. Imagine what a shameful existence we live in. People sitting in countries that they call democratic and protect human rights, supporting a genocidal satanic death cult, demonizing anyone who stands up against it. Of course they're going to retaliate. What do you mean? Where were you when Israel attacked their embassy? Where were you with Israel and don't expand the war? And what are you doing? Where's your condemnation? You immoral hypocrites, where was your condemnation? Where were your mouthpieces? Now everyone's going to tell you Iran, and we always told you they're a threat. And clearly we all know who is the threat, really. The threat is the people with suits acting with moral high ground and with superiority because they believe they're of a superior kind of entity and that the world is bound to them and their neo-colonial approach to the world. That era's ended. That's it. And because you did not allow this to end by peace, by you actually acting, practicing what you preach, then this is what happened. Well, what are you expecting exactly? Anyway, this was an important introduction. Okay, the cruise missiles now and the UAVs are due to be striking Israel any minute, by the way. It's they initially said 9 hours, then it went down to 4 hours, and now you're talking about any minute. Firstly, they said it was dozens. Now they're talking about hundreds. Then you had more attacks from Iraq, not only when it comes to Iran. It's not just Iran, it's Iraq. We had a couple of attacks from Hezbollah, not a massive attack yet. We're monitoring everything that's happening at the moment. In Israel is shut down, no airspace, no schools, no education. The Jordanian airspace is shut for at least 6 hours. And Israel is likely to take more severe measures. The question is, what is going to be the repercussion, if there is going to be a repercussion? In my opinion, they should shut up. Israel, the US, everyone should shut up, contain this attack, because it was a legitimate retaliation against a genuine aggression, and contain it and try and reach a peaceful solution. Iran so far told you, we're going to attack strategic locations in Israel. Obviously, that might be very bad. Contain it, shut up, and actually reach a peace process before everything gets out of control. And if everything gets out of control, it's on Israel, the United States, Britain, EU states, and everyone supporting Israel. Don't blame it on anyone else. These are the people to blame. We had the Israeli spokesperson, Hagari. He went out and he was, funny enough, by the way, Netanyahu seemed to be comfortable with this. He looks like he wanted this, by the way. He seemed to be happy that, it might escalate and the US might go in. It might be a regional war and he'll stay in his position. It'll deviate the attention from his position. And these immoral, genocidal maniacs like him, here in Britain and in the US and in the EU, they're serving him. They're serving Benjamin Netanyahu by prolonging what's happening. They could have prevented it from day one. If the US did not support Israel from day one during this genocide, we wouldn't have been here. All it took is to put more pressure on Israel. That's what it took. And prevent them from committing a genocide. Now you're talking about the people of Gaza as if you care about the people of Gaza. You didn't care about the people of Gaza, and at any point in history, you didn't care about the Palestinian people. Don't care about people. Don't act like you care about people. All you care about is your own interests, your own selfish greed. That's what you care about. And your little genocidal satanic death cult surviving. You could have had the opportunity to stop what's happening. You didn't. So Netanyahu, he seemed comfortable. Hagari, on the other hand, he was a bit more tense, and he was saying, we have the backup, we can protect ourselves, reassuring people. But one thing that they stated is that we cannot take down all of them. So whatever lands on Israel, some of them will be targeted attacks. Now Kuwait is also closing its airspace down. So we have Israel, Jordan, Kuwait is closing its airspace as well. Initially, they said dozens of drones, and then they added cruise missiles. Now they're saying hundreds, because Iran understood that the US, they're taking some measures. They increased the amount of drones and cruise missiles on Israel immediately after they knew that they have some sort of preparation. They passed Iraq about 30 minutes ago, and obviously some of them were launched from there. Mind you, some of these drones, they take about 9 hours, but Israel again said it could be potentially quicker than that number. Another thing that's important to note, Netanyahu took his plane from an airport in the southern part of Israel, knowing that it's going to be targeted. They took it to an undisclosed place. All of the Israeli leadership is in bunkers, and they're going to have an urgent meeting in the Kiryat bunker in Tel Aviv. It's potentially happening now. It's most likely happening now, the meeting. They still haven't had any sort of response. And here you have the hypocrites starting to condemn. France condemning Iran. Now their mouths open. The blind hypocrites, this hypocrisy festival we've been watching since October, it's continuing. They're condemning. Where was your condemnation against the attack against the consulate? Where was your condemnation with 33,000 people, half of which children, babies? It just highlights the whole Western leadership hypocrisy and immorality. That's it. They have no standing whatsoever to morally preach anyone after what happened. They have no standing whatsoever. All of them can close their mouths, as far as I'm concerned, because what they say means nothing. Nothing whatsoever. You've been silent on the murder, the slaughter, the genocide of all of these people. Don't open your mouth against Iran. Do me a favor. Do me a favor, don't open your mouth against the retaliation. You killed 1 million Iraqis. You went out as if there's nothing. Tony Blair came here, got a knighthood. George Bush he's lecturing, getting millions, right? Went to Afghanistan, killed millions again. Went out as if there's nothing. Weren't they innocent people? They were. But because they demonized them in the minds of the masses of imbeciles, that's what happens. Now you have no right to talk. Anyone supporting Israel should now shut up. Plain and simple. You have no standing. It's proven internationally, it's proven by action, it's proven by the court of law that this is a genocidal state. You must stop supporting it. Or at least shut up. Even though that's bad, really. You need to speak up for what's right. But if you're going to just shut up, really, seriously. Don't talk about Iran now. They're indeed now, by the way, we're getting these reports from Israel, meeting in the bunker now of the Kiryat, by the way, the Kiryat in Tel Aviv, where the headquarters of the government, the war cabinet, and everything is. They should release a statement sometime soon. But yeah, listen, France, French foreign ministry, we condemn with the harshest statements the attack on Israel. Shut up. There's nothing to say but shut your mouth. You immoral hypocrites, shut up. You genocidal maniacs committing crimes against humanity in Africa, enslaving people. You're racist. Shut up. Really, you have no standing whatsoever. We're gonna see what, because Israeli media is also reporting live. I'm gonna tell you exactly what they're saying as well regarding this meeting, and obviously when things start to land, it's supposed to be, could be any minute really. They initially said 1 a.m. Now the time in Israel, or they're 2 hours ahead. Now you're talking about 12:30. Yeah, 12:30. But they initially said, by the way, that it could be 2. But then again, they had an assumption that only dozens were launched. Now they said hundreds. Who knows if it's thousands now? And they initially said UAVs. Now they're saying cruise missiles. Hezbollah still quiet, by the way. We just had slight attacks from Hezbollah. Okay, Israeli media. Okay, a senior American saying between 400 to 500. Okay, sirens going on in northern Israel. Okay, so we're still not talking thousands, we're talking hundreds. Here we go, by Sunak as well. Rishi Sunak, he's also condemning. Where was your mouth when they were genocidal against but they're still committing genocide? Where was your mouth? Rishi Sunak. Clowns. Hypocrite clowns, I'm telling you. Okay. They're saying that Hezbollah is also, by the way, Israel is attacking in Lebanon. After Hezbollah also conducted attacks on Israel, it doesn't seem to be extremely large, but they're also, okay. The US has taken down, that's the recent report. Okay, the US is apparently taking down a few targets in Syria and Iraq. Again, serving this genocidal entity. Ansarullah launched missiles on Israel. So, okay, it's from Yemen now as well. Yemen is also launching missiles on Israel. The US is assuming that the attack could carry on for several hours. So far we have 3 fronts with this coordinated attack. If you include a minimal attack from Hezbollah, 4, but Iran, Iraq, and Yemen. And unlike many people really thought that it would be, including, I didn't think Iran would directly hit from Iran. I thought they would use Iraq. Clearly they haven't. They decided to take action against this Israeli ship today, and also launch them from Iran, from within Iranian territory. And clearly the Yemenis are joining. Let's see if Hezbollah... Okay, here's my assumption. Okay, Hezbollah might wait for all of them to arrive to Israel so that potentially the air defense systems can stay, and then they will probably have a barrage of missiles. Is what they could potentially do. By the way, I've had direct reports from Haifa that there were explosions without sirens in the city earlier on today, and no one said anything. So there could have been some landings there, and no one reported anything about it. They're trying not to make the people panic. And the problem is now, obviously, people can't flee. This is one of the main problems you have in Israel at the moment, is that airspace is closed, and anyone trying to flee from Jordan, the Jordanian airspace is closed. So everyone's stuck now. Shannon L, thank you so much for your super. Overwhelmed the dome, yes. And dumbfounded in Deutschland, thank you so much for your super thanks. Apologies if I'm not looking at all of the comics. I'm looking to get you everything that's exactly happening by the minute, by the way. From within Israel, live, and from Jordan. Obviously, Kuwait now, they closed their airspace too, apparently. And we're going to have to check what Hezbollah have to say, by the way. Yes, indeed. We have strikes from Lebanon, just literally now. 2 minutes ago, strikes from Lebanon on Kiryat Shmone and the Galilee. Strikes from Lebanon. Right now. Okay, the UAVs are in Amman now. The UAVs are in Jordan. So we're talking about less than half an hour. The UAVs are going to reach Israel. Less than half an hour, most likely, over Jordan. There's Israeli Air Force above Jerusalem as well. Okay. Yes, clearly from it's already past now Amman in Jordan. That's like very close. They're going to be over the West Bank soon, and they're going to be inside of Israel within minutes. Okay, we need to check. The latest from one of the Israeli channels as well, because we're looking at multiple sources. We're looking at least 10 sources now to make sure we have everything. Kate, thank you so much, dear. Okay. Okay. Israeli media is now saying some of these missiles can cause severe damage to civilian locations as well, not just military targets, despite the fact that Israel said that, Iran said they're targeting specific locations, strategic locations inside of Israel. So clearly, the Patriot systems it was the Patriot systems apparently from Iraq and Syria that took down some of them. Look how much they're helping. Look how much they're helping this genocidal satanic death cult. Okay. There's apparently very strong Air Force presence in Jerusalem for some reason. It looks like they're expecting something severe in Jerusalem. I'm not sure if it's the way they're monitoring the UAVs targeting Israel, that some of them are heading towards Jerusalem, because anything above Jordan can easily go to Jerusalem. I mean, from the Jordanian borders to Jerusalem, you're talking about just a few minutes. Chocolate pudding, Ari Magoo, thank you. And Golden Sun and the Rotten Flesh, thank you so much. And Kate. Okay. So Israel's initial assumption that they will reach Israel at 2 a.m. Ballistic missiles now. Ballistic missiles from Iran on Israel. An Iraqi source just told an Arab news network that multiple ballistic missiles from Iran are on their way to Israel and went on top of Iraq. They're clearly coordinating it for the UAVs to shock the Israeli air defense systems and then get the ballistic missiles. And by the way, no one, the US didn't intercept them. The ballistic missiles, by the way. Okay, so apparently what Israel is fearing most is the UAVs. Apparently not the ballistic missiles or the cruise missiles for some reason, because their air defense systems have a problem with them. Because today Hezbollah had they had a successful attack in a UAV, by the way, targeted in Israel. IOF admitted that they had some casualties. Binks, Winks, and Jane, thank you so much. And Arman, thank you. By the way, a reminder, this isn't the first time that Israel's been hit by like ballistic missiles, by the way. It happened previously from Saddam Hussein. So that was one of the reasons they took him down, because he dared to target Israel, by the way. Ah, yeah, okay, they're showing the missiles now. Ballistic missiles from Iraq, on top of Iraq, excuse me, so it would be on the eastern border of Iran. Marvin, thank you. Okay, initial sources from Israel are saying that Israel is going to respond apparently to this attack. Official sources in Israel. Israel is going to retaliate. Retaliate for what? You started it. What do you mean retaliate? They start attacking countries and they'll tell you we're going to retaliate. Iran retaliated. You started it. Well, what is it? What kind of a world do we live in? It's unbelievable. We're going to retaliate. You killed their senior officials in a consulate that's protected by conventions and international law. You're going to tell me you're going to retaliate? You're an aggressor. What? And I don't get the logic of the imbeciles who buy this nonsense, by the way. Unbelievable. Okay, the fear now, by the way, the biggest fear of Israel now is that they're going to have multiple waves of attacks. So so initially they thought it was just dozens, then they thought hundreds, and then now they're fearing that there's going to be way more. Okay, let's see if we have an update from this meeting, because the missiles they should be in Israel in a few minutes now, the UAVs. Okay, Israeli media is focusing on calming people down, by the way, telling people keep cool, keep calm, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. Okay, they're assuming now in Israel, that's according to Israeli media now, that they will be expecting concurrent explosions for a period of 10 to 15 minutes consecutively. And the Israeli army spokesperson, he already said that we wouldn't be able to counter, so some will definitely fall on Israel. But now they're preparing the public because many people are panicking in Israel. And they're admitting that their main aim is to completely confuse the air defense system, by the way, of Israel with this amount of UAVs. That's why they sent two they had two launches of multiple hundreds of UAVs in two goes, not in one go. And then they launched the ballistic missiles. And then Yemen started bombing with their missiles as well. And again, no one knows what Hezbollah is going to do. We just had a bit of missiles from Lebanon about 15 minutes ago. Okay, Israel also took more measures to. Okay, Israel is taking more measures to shut down any GPS activity in Israel. So they started multiple attempts 2 hours ago. Apparently now there are blocks. Apparently to try and affect the UAVs reaching their targets. I'm not sure how successful that would be. Okay. Apparently they're finalizing the meeting now. Reports that they will respond, but we still didn't have an official statement from the cabinet meeting in the Israeli Kiryat. They're meeting in a bunker. And they know that most likely this Kiryat, the main hub of government offices, is going to be already targeted by the Palestinian resistance several times, by the way. And it will most likely be targeted by Iran now because it's the main hub of control. That's one of the areas that they will likely target. Okay, let's see if Hezbollah is saying anything else. They already said that they had... Okay, Hezbollah. This is what Hezbollah's done. They just now released a statement. Hezbollah's official statement: the strugglers, Mujahidul Muqawama al-Islamiyya, they targeted at 12:35 from the dawn of tonight, Sunday, the hub of the air defense command base and artillery command base in the occupied Golan Heights with dozens of Katyusha missiles. That's from Hezbollah. So Hezbollah is indeed active, heavily. But there we could still see more. You know what the funny thing is, by the way, before we continue into this here? The hypocrite, immoral, genocidal Western leaders are condemning the attack instead of legitimizing it. So let's stop here. Like they delegitimize the Palestinian resistance. Attacking a consulate is attacking a sovereign location. What do you mean condemn a retaliation? What do you mean? Wouldn't you condemn attacking a British consulate? What are your lives worth more than Iranian lives? Therefore, you condemn this and not that. Twisted double standards, immoral people, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable the level of hypocrisy. Condemnations from Britain, condemnations from the US, condemnations from France. Shut your mouths already. Go home. Resign. Genocidal, satanic death cult supporters. That's what they are. Genocidal maniacs. Supporting a genocidal satanic death cult. Apparently, okay, Israel started intercepting some of the UAVs, according to Israel, according to Israeli media. They're intercepting some of the UAVs. Previously, a report that America intercepted some of these missiles on behalf of Israel, of course, in Iraq and Syria. But now, Israeli media is saying that Israel started to intercept. Okay. The recent reports from Iraqi resistance is that Iranian Iraqi movements had cyber attacks on Israeli air defense systems and radars. Now, look, everything is coordinated. They're coordinating the arrival of the UAVs and they're surprising them with a cyber attack immediately. This looks like a very coordinated attack. Everything is very timed. They initially started off, and then they have another wave, so they didn't expect, and they have another wave. Then attacked them from Yemen, and after they come closer to Israel, they launch ballistic missiles. As soon as the UAVs start to enter Israel, they deactivate Israeli radar systems and anti-aircraft systems. Yeah, yeah, more than one media, by the way, is reporting that they're just now suffering from a cyber attack in Israel from Iraq and Iran, trying to shut down and deactivate Israeli radar systems simultaneously with the arrival of the UAVs. There's celebrations in Iran, ladies and gentlemen, following the attack. People are celebrating in the streets. Anonymous. Israel was warned. Israel's been committing genocide. And the hyper-genocidal maniacs in the West have been supporting it. That's what's been happening. So the flights, the Israeli air presence on top of Jerusalem is part of a large-scale, significant deployment of Israeli Air Force all across the country in preparation to try and intercept what's happening. Francis, thank you so much. Apparently in the US, by the way, they're saying, and some of their estimates were wrong already, but I'll just tell you what they're saying. US reports are saying that the launches from Iran and Iraq are targeting IDF bases in the Golan Heights and in the Negev Desert only, according to them. Obviously, we don't have any evidence for that, but this is what they're saying. Okay, so Jordan, although they closed their airspace, by the way, they haven't declared a state of emergency, whereas Israel declared a state of emergency and closed its airspace. Interesting thing is that Kuwait closed its airspace as well. Okay. Okay. Okay, a new launch from Iran, ladies and gentlemen. There is another barrage just launched from Iran of missiles. Apart from the two we had already, another barrage. And we're about to receive a confirmation live from Israel if these UAVs are landing, because they're due to land any minute. So Iran has a three wave, yes. 3-wave missile attack, missile UAV. Okay, so mm, apparently they're expecting sirens any single minute now in Israel. A lot of barrages, yeah, 3 so far. So whatever goes in Israel now is going to be just the first lot. Mind you, the US already intercepted about 60 apparently in Iraq and Syria. And on the Iraqi Syrian borders, this is what we're getting now. Okay, they just finished the war cabinet meeting. And we're expecting a statement from them. Billy, is Jordan shooting down drones? They didn't confirm that they did shoot down drones, but I wouldn't be surprised if they would because they have Patriot systems and they are obviously with the US. The US took down some of them in Iraq and Syria. Just one second. Okay, no, I thought there was a landing. Okay, no. But they would. I assume they probably did, but the thing is, if you heard them on top of Amman, you've already deep in Jordan. Amman is very close to the Israeli border. So if they did intercept some of them, then many of them didn't, weren't intercepted, clearly. And again, if Israel has a problem intercepting UAVs, then Jordan would have a problem because Israel has a more sophisticated air defense system than Jordan. And if Israel said we're worried more about the UAVs rather than the missiles and the ballistic missiles and cruise missiles, then someone's asking Vineyard Saker, any live feed from Palestine? I'm on a live feed from Palestine. And I'm listening to people from Palestine, both from the Palestinian side and the Israeli side, and multiple Israeli sources and multiple Arab sources. No Western sources because it's pointless, really. By the way, let people know that this is the first time that Iran launches such an attack in its history on Israel directly, by the way. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Listen to this. Uh, the UK is asking Iran to stop escalating. Oh my God, again. Stop escalating to Iran. Oh my God. You have a genocidal satanic death cult killing innocent people, innocent children, babies, women, hospitals. You hypocrites, you immoral hypocrites saying to Iran, de-escalate. How about you just shut up and just lift your aid off Israel and just close your mouths? Stop it. You have no right to talk anymore. Anyone who supported genocide doesn't have a right to talk anymore. If there's real, genuine justice on this earth, unbelievable. Okay. Iranian Defense Ministry is now threatening every country that will open its land space or airspace for Israel to retaliate or attack, not retaliate because they're the aggressors. For Israel to carry out an attack against Iran, they will be targeted as well. And they are describing this attack on Israel as a very well calculated attack that's multifaceted. That's why they're using drones and cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. Okay. Okay. Multiple US UAVs. Okay, that's what's happening now. Multiple US UAVs are now in Iraqi airspace in Erbil, in Baghdad, and in two other provinces, trying to help Israel. So we officially have US Air Force inside of Iraqi territories. Question is, okay, If they're going to allow it to continue now, okay. Okay, everything is empty now in Israel. Streets are empty. They're telling everyone to stay put. Don't move anywhere. Go inside all of the shelters. No gatherings whatsoever. Everything tomorrow is cancelled. Everyone needs to remain in bunkers. Garfield, thank you so much. Okay. There is a new wave. There's a new wave of UAVs. Now, a new wave of UAVs from Iran. That's the fourth wave. That's the fourth wave of attacks on Israel. Fourth wave. First wave, UAVs. Second wave, cruise and UAVs. Third wave, ballistic missiles. Fourth wave. This is the fourth wave of ballistic missiles from Iran on Israel. This is what's happening now. The fourth. It doesn't look like they're stopping. They're having a wave every 45 minutes so far, even less. Okay, in case anyone is joining us now, so far we've had the following. UAVs from Iran. They started off with dozens. Then Israel started saying hundreds. Some of them were intercepted in Iraq and Syria by the United States. Then we had another wave of cruise missiles. Then we had a third wave of ballistic missiles from Iran. And now we have a fourth wave of UAVs again. Israel so far has a problem with the UAVs mostly, rather than the big missiles, according to them, because they have a problem with their air defense systems taking down UAVs, not the ballistic missiles. Jordan shut down their airspace. Israel completely shut down their airspace, declared a state of emergency. And everyone is waiting for what's going to happen in Israel. Again, some of them were intercepted already. Garfield, John, and Angela, and Fatima, thank you so much. I apologize if I haven't been looking at the chat so much because I'm just monitoring like 12 media channels, including one network here and one network here. Shazad, you're asking about the Iron Dome. I don't think it's going to be very effective with all of this, and they're going to activate something called Kela David and another system because Iron Dome is used for medium range missiles, not long range ballistic missiles. It's not used for that. Kela David, or David Sling in English, is the one that intercepts long range missiles. There is another one in Israel. I'll tell you the name. I forgot the name. Iron Beam and some of the laser ones. That's if they're going to be able to use them now. So David, Iron Dome wouldn't be effective for any of them. And again, you need to be monitoring what they're going to do after this. By the way, because some of the resistance movements could be waiting to exhaust the air defense systems to launch another barrage. That's we're having waves. The waves, okay. Let me explain. Obviously, the US trying to help them with Iraq. The waves, it takes time to reload these systems. It's not like immediately you're reloading them. If you use all of the battery of the Iron Dome, it requires time to reload it. If you're going to have constant barrages, you're exposed. That's why the theory that they had from Lebanese military analysts is 20,000 missiles all at once as Israel's shocking down the whole system, then a massive attack. But that isn't necessarily what Iran wants now. What Iran wants now is to retaliate. However, this retaliation could easily spiral out of control immediately, by the way. Diane, thank you so much. Deep Diver, I don't think this will divert the attention from the Rafah invasion. Listen to Trump now. Oh my, he's trying to capitalize on everything. Again, if this shouldn't have been allowed for Israel to be attacked, as if so far he said, if I was president, Ukraine wouldn't have been attacked. If I was president, Israel wouldn't have been attacked. If I was president. Everyone trying to support their own political agendas. We still haven't had the release from the Israeli cabinet meeting. They're delaying. They're delaying the statement. Let's see if one of the Israeli media is saying that if they restarted it or if they published it now. You know what the Israeli media is saying? That's the funny thing here. They're admitting that this was an Iranian retaliation. They're discussing why did Iran do this and what should happen. Listen, they're saying that this was an Iranian retaliation. They probably wanted their way back, and that's it. That's Israeli media. They know they're culprits. They know they're culprits. Okay. Okay, they're saying now Israel must respond again. In Israeli media that they shouldn't be quiet about this again. The irony really about this is baffling. So they go and attack a consulate, and then they told you Iran's retaliating for well, you started the attack. It's like unbelievable, these people. Okay, let me try and go through some of your questions if you have any. I apologize. I haven't seen many of them, but thank you so much for participating. Do you condemn Iran? This is. I'm sure some people start asking that. Farbeh, any words on target said not yet from Israel. They're not declaring, and mind you, they could be delaying declaration of anything to not give information to Iran. So there's a lot of censorship now in Israel. They wouldn't really be splashing information left, right, and center. But nevertheless, someone somewhere will provide information. They will publish this information at some point. Because I do find it strange when they were on the way already to Jordan. If they were in Jordan half an hour ago, then there's some censorship going on. most likely. It's not normal. Okay, here we go. Israeli military radio broadcasting said 100 missiles were intercepted by the coalition outside of Israeli borders so far. 100 missiles UAVs and missiles intercepted by the US, basically, outside of Israeli territory before reaching Israel. Okay, we're waiting for the statement from the Israeli War Cabinet meeting. They had a bunker meeting in the Israeli Kiryat in Tel Aviv. We're waiting to get their statement, what they're going to say. No one officially said in Israel that they're going to respond to Iran now so far. Like I said from the beginning, what should really happen now is Israel and the US and everyone supporting Israel should shut up, because that was Iran retaliating for an attack against its sovereign location. So shut up. If it was you, you would have been loud mouths, shouting, barking left, right, and center and condemning. So now shut up, contain this attack from Iran and move on, because they're attacking a country that's been committing genocide for half a year now. You've been closing your mouths. And they also, this genocidal satanic death cult, they attacked their consulate in Syria. You would condemn any attack against any Western consulate because you believe you're superior to the world. But because you don't believe that human beings are equal and that you believe you value yourselves more, you didn't condemn what's happening. As a matter of fact, you're condemning what Iran is doing. So the best thing to happen now, unless they want an all-out war, just shut up, contain it, say, tit for tat, you hit me, I hit you. And once and for all, end this apartheid entity and do humanity a favor. That's if you have any ounce of humanity and morality. If not, face consequences. This is what you're doing, facing consequences, thinking that they can bully the world and bully the world and get away with it forever. You can't happen. You can't bully the world forever and get away with it. You want to bully the world, the bully will come up and bully you. Simple. Okay, Benjamin Netanyahu's spokesman is just saying that there will be a sharp, big response against this Israeli attack. That's Benjamin Netanyahu's spokesperson just releasing this statement. We're going to have a big, massive attack. Okay, Israel is saying this, but I need to check it from Iran unless these people are lying. But according to them, Fars news agency from Iran said that Iranian security officials, Iranian forces are threatening Jordan if they help Israel intercept any of the UAVs, they will be attacked next. That's what Israel says. I haven't verified it from Iran yet. Mind you, Israel will try and kind of, but let's see. Let's see if Iran is saying that too. Obviously, whenever Israel says something, take it with 3 bowls of salt, 3 further bowls of spicy pepper, 3 bowls of paprika, and 5 bowls of chili powder. No 1 pinch of salt. That's why we need to make sure that we're getting the right information from the hyper-pathological liars. Okay, I'm not saying that from farce. Could be like a very important development, or could be the typical hyper-pathological liars in action yet again. That's why we always say take it with a couple of bowls of salt, couple of bowls of pepper, couple of bowls of chili powder. Because 1 pinch is surely not enough from these hyper-pathological liars. Okay. Let's see what's happening in Lebanon. Okay. The Iranian mission, the Iranian permanent mission in the United Nations are saying now, you can consider it done deal, but with this, if the Israeli regime commits another mistake, then the Iranian response will be far greater. Iranian mission to the UN. Our action was built upon Article 51 from the UN that's related with legitimate self-defense. People know international law and respect it, unlike Israel. Where's the US and the UK from the legitimate right to self-defense? Or, God forbid, having preventative measures, like the US and the UK, going occupying countries for years, killing millions, claiming they're taking preventative measures based on lies of weapons of mass destruction, and then going out as if nothing happened. Okay, explosives heard in North Israel. Israel is also attacking Lebanon. Sirens in Tel Aviv. Listen, hold on. Okay, Israel now officially confirms everything. The IDF spokesperson is officially confirming that they were indeed attacked, indeed from Iranian territory. They haven't mentioned anything about the Iraqis. Israel already emptied, by the way, a couple of air bases, and Netanyahu moved his plane from the south. In case you haven't been with me since the beginning, where we discussed all of this. Okay, Israel is now confirming 25 missiles from Lebanon. 25 missiles from Lebanon. Okay, sirens in southern Israel now. The missiles reach southern Israel. This is live now. Explosives heard. Okay, dozens of places in South Israel now are hearing sirens. Okay, there's an Israeli base there, by the way. Now the you can see. Okay, bombs in Jerusalem, explosives in Jerusalem. Dimona nuclear plant is under attack. Sirens in Be'er Saba, Be'er Sheva in Hebrew, southern Israel. Ariel, this West Bank settlement, sirens as well. Massive explosions in Israel. Okay, the explosions have started to happen in Israel now, including in the Israeli nuclear plant in Dimona and the settlement of Ariel, one of the biggest settlements in Israel, including in Jerusalem, and people are reporting explosions. Okay, Ofakim near Gaza. They're attacking locations near Gaza. Iran, ladies and gentlemen, has targeted locations next to Gaza. Ofakim, Nevatim, and missiles are going down in locations, including where they are not listening to sirens. They started to land. Mind you, Israeli media is still not. This is from Arab media that's allowed to operate somehow. And there's sirens in Jerusalem. Okay, yeah, Tseva Adom, which is red color in Hebrew, is everywhere now in Israel, including in settlements in the West Bank. And clearly the defense systems from the US and the Gulf isn't really working properly. And more explosions heard in Jerusalem. Hold on a second. And there's more missiles being witnessed from on top of Jordan headed towards Israel. More missiles, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're just joining, the missiles and UAVs started to land in Israel. You have sirens all across of Israel, explosions in Jerusalem, explosions in Israeli settlements in the West Bank. And Iran targeted areas close to Gaza, Israeli locations next to Gaza. That's okay. There's missiles in an area called Meitarim Industrial Zone, which is in the West Bank, in the Israeli occupied locations of the West Bank. That's according to... Okay, there's... Okay, everywhere. You have... there's sirens everywhere, literally. The red alert is covering almost everything. West Bank, South Israel, Dead Sea, Jerusalem. Negev Desert. And in some locations, the sirens haven't been activated because they are not detecting some of the UAVs, by the way. Clearly, Iran's cyber action against the Israeli UAVs is actually working in some locations. Okay, so sirens all across Israel, confirmed explosions in Jerusalem, in Ariel in the West Bank, and across Gaza. And more missiles witnessed on top of Amman in Jordan, headed towards Israel, ballistic missiles, not UAVs. That's probably from the fourth wave. Okay, now it's North Israel. Okay. Including Nazareth. Okay, more in Haifa. Can you see this? That's live from the ground. Here we go. That's what's happening now. Okay, explosions in next to Nazareth. That's confirmed. Okay, coastal city of Netanya, which is southern of south to Haifa, north to Tel Aviv, northern. Thank you for everyone sending supers. By the way, I'm sorry if I haven't seen all of the recent names, because I'm not totally looking. But thank you so much, all of you. Everyone, I'm sorry if I missed any names, but Ergo, you have Ergo and Paul, Divine Robles, or yeah, thank you so much, and Cambridge Tiny Farm. Thank you very much. So the missiles, the UAVs, they have landed all across parts, almost across all parts of Israel, from surrounding Gaza, from West Bank settlements, from Jerusalem, from Nazareth, from the southern part of Israel, from air bases that Benjamin Netanyahu has his airplane in southern Israel, the Galilee, explosions are heard in Tel Aviv without sirens. Clearly, they're probably intercepting the siren system. Angela Brody, yeah, we have about, thank you, about 12, 13. P, thank you. Okay, so in case you haven't noted this, Iran is telling the UN we acted within international law. This was a response to the Zionist crime against our diplomatic mission in Damascus. We acted within Article 51 of the UN, and you can consider it a done deal. Yeah, good. Like I said from the beginning, now Israel, the US, and the EU, anyone supporting Israel can just shut up now. Iran had their retaliation. If you have any ounce of decency and humanity, stop this genocidal satanic death cult. But I think Israel will potentially, well, Netanyahu's spokesperson is saying that we're going to have a severe response now. Okay, massive explosions in the Negev. Immense explosions in the Negev desert in Israel. And that area includes a lot of Israeli military bases. Patricia, thank you so much. And everyone else. Okay. Okay. Senior political figure in Israel tells Israeli Channel 14 the war cabinet members have approved a painful attack against Iran. A painful attack against Iran. Now, imagine. Let's see. But we haven't had the official statement yet from the war cabinet meeting from the Kiryat. This was only based on an official. Most likely someone within the cabinet leaked this and they will approve it shortly, by the way. Yes, Iran, again, Israeli media is now reporting this. Iran is saying, from our point of view, it's ended there unless Israel makes another mistake. Unless Israel makes another mistake. Okay. What everyone should note, by the way, is that Hezbollah's participation in this was extremely minor. So Iran chose to retaliate mostly directly rather than its allies. We just had a report that the Iraqi resistance had some sort of participation, but they didn't participate primarily through Hezbollah. Okay. Interceptions in Haifa now. People are reporting that they're seeing interceptions. Okay, two security forces are telling Reuters now that Jordanian jets intercepted dozens of UAVs going to Israel in north and central Jordan. Imagine. Jordan intercepted dozens of UAVs heading towards Israel. Ibrahim, thank you. So Israeli evacuation services in Israel are saying that they have some wounded. Okay. Strong response, they're saying now. Did he release it yet, Benjamin Netanyahu? Is he officially saying it now? We had a spokesperson saying it. So apparently in Jerusalem, the people are reporting that it's like fireworks, the number of missiles that landed. You know the images that I showed you not long ago? Landed. These images, in case you haven't seen them. So these landed apparently because okay. Apparently there's strange unidentified objects, what do you call them, UFOs? I'm sure there are no UFOs in Lebanon, in multiple parts of Lebanon. Weird objects. That's one of the Arab network journalists is saying that. But they don't know if it's from the resistance from Israel. Israel, senior official to Channel 12, we will retaliate by force, with full force, on this unprecedented attack on Israel. And they witnessed it from Jordan, by the way. Some of the missiles were witnessed from Jordan. Again, people, you need to remember, this is the first attack from Iran directly on Israel. Okay, sirens in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Eilat, Jerusalem. Okay, now you have bombs in Damascus. Explosions in Damascus now. French press is saying there's explosions in Damascus. And now there's dozens more UAVs going from Aqaba area in Jordan to Eilat. More UAVs. Indeed, this is very, very unprecedented and quite a historic moment, really. If there was any event, let me tell you from now, if there was any event that could blow everything and lead to a regional war, that could lead to a world war, it's this. Question is, how will the genocidal satanic death cult respond? How will its patrons respond? That's the question. One thing is, remember, for history, remember who started it. Remember very well who started it. Israel, America, Britain, the EU, they started it. Remember that very well, in case anyone gets anything wrong. Israel, the United States administration, the British government, the EU states, anyone supporting this genocidal satanic death cult is complicit if an all-out war breaks out. By the way, the situation in Israel is very, by the way, in terms of people and stuff, it's extremely tense. Okay, more UAVs from Jordan on Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, in case anyone doubted Iran, in case anyone said Iran is acting, in case anyone said Iran just proved to the world, ladies and gentlemen, that they are people of their word, that when they say they support the resistance, they do support them. They act out of principle, and that they're morally consistent. Unlike all of the Western governments who stand with genocide. And thank you, Gullyberg and MS. If anyone asked me to condemn Iran one more time, I swear to you, you wouldn't want to see me. But I know you're joking. Okay, the Eilat. They're arriving to, they're expecting them in Eilat now, in the southern, this looks like the last bunch, and okay, missiles on top of the Israeli Knesset in Jerusalem. That's the Israeli parliament. Let me just share it with you. Don't know if you can see this properly. Can you see that image? That's from on top of the Israeli Knesset. We just got these images. That's just a couple of minutes ago from Jerusalem. Ooh. Listen, the ballistic missiles landed heavily. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try and share this with you. Hold on a second. Okay, Israel is censoring a lot. Okay, Israel is censoring now. Okay, and we're going to bypass the censorship. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay, a barrage of missiles, ladies and gentlemen, landed in North Israel, in central, next to the settlements. I'm just going to try and pass the images to you. Okay, this is another one shared live from the ground. Hold on a second. I'm showing you from my phone because I don't have them on my screen here. This is landing on Israel. Okay. Okay. I want to show you. Okay, so we've seen a few of the missiles that landed, by the way. Problem is I'm not having. Here we go. Listen, look. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Can you see this? Can you see these images? I hope you can see them. That's from Israel. Settlers running away. Okay, everyone panicking. So these again were the landings in case you missed them. That's live from Israel. Just posted literally just a few minutes ago. Okay, let me tell you as well what we have here. What some people are sharing. Mind you, that's not on the Israeli media, just to let you know. This is from people. This is next to Jerusalem. Sorry, Ramallah. Next to the West Bank, witnessing the rain of missiles going down on Jerusalem. That's just an image a couple of minutes ago. Let me show you. Here we go. This has been witnessed from Jordan, landing on Israel, not intercepted again. Hmm? Lucky you have more than one social media, eh? Okay, this is the launch from Lebanon that happened just over an hour ago. This was the last strike from Lebanon about 2 hours ago. And Iran is sharing what they used against Israel. Okay, hold on. This is what Iran used against Israel. Some of the missiles and UAVs. Oh, look at that. Hold on. So these are some of them that they launched before, that they used against Israel. Well, clearly Israel's banning of Al Jazeera is not working clearly with some of these people in Jerusalem. Oof. Iranian IRGC, any American Israeli threat against us going out from any country will be met with a suitable, similar attack in its source. That's a massive threat to Jordan, Saudi Arabia, any country thinking of retaliating. This is one of the landing here in Israel. And again, above the Israeli Knesset. Guys, please stay with me. I'm gonna be back in a sec, okay? Can you please wait for me? Okay, man, remind everyone that I'm gonna be back in a sec. Back. Okay, in Lebanon, ladies and gentlemen, people are celebrating. And I'm going to show you more of what's happening on the ground. I'm just getting more live images. Thank you for anyone, by the way, participating with the super thanks. I really appreciate your efforts. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Okay, look. Latest landings in Israel. Look at this. That is the latest from South Israel. You need to remember, this is not on Israeli media. This is people. Okay, this is site. Behold this site. The Dome of the Rock on top of Jerusalem. Not on Al-Aqsa, next to it. People are taking live images. And this is from an Israeli settlement next to West Bank. Let's hope this stays live, right? This cover. Look at this. Look at this landing. Look at this. That's an Israeli settlement. Oh, and by the way, mainstream media, as if nothing is happening. They'll show you images of Haifa and Tel Aviv. They won't show you any of this. Let's hope this stays here so you can see what's happening live. Thank you so much, Fatima, and everyone sending supers. Okay, let's bring you some more images. Okay, there's a pure panic in Israel, ladies and gentlemen. Let me... Okay. No, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, against all odds, against what I even thought, they directly attacked Israel. Okay, this is a part of a missile. Part of a missile. Hold on. These things are big. They're not small. Apparently, this landed in Jordan. I'm not sure if Jordan intercepted it. Hold on a second. The population of Jerusalem is celebrating. The Arab population in Jerusalem, they're celebrating. This is the missile. Look at the size of it. One of them. That was apparently again another show from on top of Al-Aqsa, but obviously landing next to Israeli. Look, these landed, by the way. Look at this. Okay, let's see if Israel is actually admitting any of this, because this is so far from people on the ground, not... Oh, look, listen to the lie. 99% intercepted. What a massive lie. Hyper-pathological liars. 99%? Is this 99% intercepted? Where's the interception here? Nothing's intercepted here. All of them are landing. All of them are landing. Nothing. Okay. Look, how many of them are intercepted? 1, 2. Okay, the rest of the 10, 20, 30, and that's just in one location. Pathological liars. And again, I'll repeat this if you haven't seen it. This is from the Negev desert in Israel. Yeah, by the way, they're expecting more. By the way, they're expecting more missiles apparently now. This is from the Negev again, in case you haven't seen it. Yeah, that's the Iron Dome intercepting them, huh? That's the Iron Dome intercepting the missiles, ladies and gentlemen. These are landing, okay? These are landing. Some are very many landing. I'm going to try and share as much as possible with you. As usual, if you want to listen to the lies, listen to the mainstream media. Iranian Foreign Ministry, based on our legitimate right in self-defense, based on Article 51. From the UN, we attacked bases of the occupation. They have a right to defend themselves. Again, Iran, based on Charter 51, Article 51 of UN Charter, we attacked Israel based on self-defense because they attacked their consulate. We would not hesitate in taking more defense measures to defend our legitimate rights. That's what any independent country would do. Who can disagree with that? Legitimate self-defense. Have a genocidal satanic death cult, shameless Western governments backing them. Now they're facing the consequences. Okay, let's see if we have any. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, again, reports from Israel, it's a petrifying, terrifying moment in Israeli history. Listen, Iranians are celebrating in front of the British embassy in Iran, raising Iranian Hezbollah flags. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest. Kazam, thank you so much for your support. This is the biggest state attack, missile state attack on Israel and in Israeli history. Israeli Broadcasting Authority, Israel is preparing for several days of confrontations with Tehran, and we expect a response from Tel Aviv. After Iran's revenge. Revenge. Listen to the words, revenge. But they're defending themselves. They defend Iran. They defend by killing babies, infants in incubators. That's defense. But when Iran's consulate is attacked, that's revenge. Okay. Again, every single part of Israel has been targeted, including areas surrounding Gaza. There's people celebrating in Iraq and Lebanon and in Gaza. And in Gaza. Iranian Revolutionary Guards are saying, we reassure our people that we will defend up until the last second on our national interests, and we will take down the attempts of the enemies to destabilize our country's security and stability. That's what's happening. Again, this is one of the another that's Israel. This was from Ramallah again. Above the Knesset again, in case you missed it. There's definitely been an attack on Syria, by the way. Apparently, Syria says that they have intercepted some of them. That's from a guy called Muhammad Turkman in Ramallah. Where's the Iron Dome? Hey, where's the interception? Show me interception. That's again from people. Look how many of them landed. Can you see? According to Israel, that's 99% interception. Unless they mean intercepting flies. Unless the Iron Dome intercepts flies coming from the Dead Sea. Intercepting flies and bees. That's another image. Again, taken from Ramallah, which is close to some of the Israeli settlements. Just saying, if more people have been, yeah. And from Jordan. That's from Jordan, in case you haven't seen it. Again, I can't see Iron Dome. Can't see the Iron Dome. But Israel says 99%. And again, for those of you who haven't seen, this was the Hezbollah attack, limited attack of 25 missiles on the Golan Heights earlier on tonight. Again, Hezbollah was very limited. Clearly, Iran's strategy wasn't to activate Hezbollah, but that's also sending a message to Israel that there's more to come. These were launched on the Golan Heights. Okay. Okay, I'm unable to verify this. I can't share it really. Some people are saying Ramon Airport in the south. That doesn't. I'm not sure of that. No, not entirely sure. I'm not sure of that. Okay, here's another image from Israel. People fleeing. Look at the number. Look at the number. Look at this. Now, the U.S. apparently now they're reporting Biden is meeting. What is it? The National Security Council in the U.S. to discuss the response. To discuss the response for the Iranian attack. Someone's asking, where is Egypt? Egypt is calling for de-escalation. Egypt is calling for de-escalation. Interesting to see if they had any other statements from Egypt, by the way. Again, Trump, if I was the president, this wouldn't have happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is saying if he wasn't the president, nothing would have happened. Russia wouldn't have attacked Ukraine, Hamas wouldn't have attacked Israel, Iran wouldn't have attacked Israel if Donald Trump. What would he have done? Stopped Israel? He was supporting them. There were 720 sirens in Israel altogether. Calling it the longest night in Israeli history. Okay. Iran is also saying any threat from the US will be met with response. Remember, guys, Hezbollah didn't take a very big part. This is Iran telling Israel, we've done all of this without the closest people to you. This was from a distance. This was from a distance. I'm drinking, Molly. Don't thank you. Don't worry. FP, is this the worst case since 7th of October for them? 6th of October was bad. 7th of October still, in my opinion, was the worst day in Israeli history. It led us to this moment. But this is unprecedented. This is definitely unprecedented. I mean, like I said, the last country that officially, as a state, like not like part of the state or a different government that attacked Israel with ballistic missiles is Iraq. During the first Gulf War, I remember those missiles that landed in Haifa, in Ramat Gan, in Tel Aviv, the Haifa Bay area. The scale of this, though, is larger than what Iraq did, and I just want to hear what the people who criticize Iran now have to say. You know, these people who tell you, oh, they're just acting. They're just acting. Alan, thank you so much. And Karen, welcome. Let's okay, listen. Okay, there was a report. There was a report that the most southern Israeli airport was attacked with some images. This was set up by Israel, by the way, to avoid closures of Ben Gurion Airport. And when they declared it open, by the way, the first movement that attacked it was Hamas with their A250 missile, sending a message to Israel that we can target Ramon. Apparently, it was attacked again. There was a video Let's see. Okay, this is western of Ramallah, Beit Laqya. We're getting more images of the landing. Ballistic missiles, ballistic. No, this is not the UAVs. Hold on a second, hold on. Let me just do something quickly. Here you go. Beit Laqya, next to, that's the village next to Ramallah. So these were the ones that landed next to Jerusalem. Look at how many of them are landing. Israel is saying 99%, they're telling you. 99% intercepted, right? Look at that. Look. Oof, look at this. Hold on. Oof. Up. Look. This is from Rahat. Some of the Arab Palestinian citizens of Israel recorded this. From Rahat. That's south. That's South Israel, yes. Intercepted, huh? And that was a similar one, in case you haven't seen it from earlier on. %99% interception, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the Iron Dome is intercepting flies. And that was another one. I think I showed you this one. Okay, this is from Nablus in the West Bank. Ooh. This is this was seen. I'll show you in a second. from the West Bank, Nablus, landing on Israel. This is from the West Bank, recorded from the West Bank landing in Israel, and you can see the Iron Dome intercepting the flies around the missiles. Iron Dome has successfully intercepted 1,000 flies around the missiles. That's from the West Bank. And this was witnessed from Gaza. This was witnessed from Gaza. Look at this. This is from Tubas in the West Bank. We have someone sharing images from Tubas in the West Bank. That was from Tubas. See again, Iron Dome intercepting the flies around the missiles. These were the cruise missiles from Iraq. These were the cruise missiles when they were launched from Iran, right? Towards Israel. Again, this guy is repeating the lies. Oh my God. The Israeli spokesperson again. Listen to this big fat liar. Well, he's not, okay, he's not a big fat liar. He's a big liar. He's not very fat. Excuse me, I don't mean to be. Dozens of missiles from Iran. We intercepted most of them. He's saying that again now. Israeli IDF spokesperson confirms that there are threats that are still on the way to Israel. Iran carried out a wide and coordinated attack on Israel. That's the Israeli spokesperson now, Hagari, In case you want to see how beautiful he looks, this is him. Let me show you how beautiful he is, this man. Here he is. Okay, okay, he's saying they're expecting more. Hagari is saying they're expecting more. That's if he has verified information coming from Iran. So well, Israel is reporting now, based on a report from Iran, that although Iran officially told the UN it's done, according to Charter 51 of the UN, we did our bit. Any retaliation will be met with international right, basically. But now Israel's saying it hasn't finished, and the Israeli IDF spokesperson is saying the same thing. It hasn't finished. John Doe, thank you so much. If they're targeting Syria to drag Russia. Interesting observation. Look, the only one who was happy in Israel about this, who I felt was happy, was Netanyahu. He wants everything to escalate. Because to him, obviously, it will be an escalation. It will deviate the attention from him, from his flaws. If Russia, don't forget, Russia's happy that it takes away some of the attention from Ukraine, but Israel would be interested in making it bigger. Israel would be interested in making it bigger. Okay, I haven't verified this yet, but this was another video. Again, I'm not sure if this was directly from Israel. Some people reported that this was near the southern part. Let me just have a look. So they're saying apparently there's more now. Well, Israel is saying that, and there was another report from Israeli media. This wasn't the end of it. Joy, thank you so much. What will be their response? Inga. Israel won't respond on its own. It will use the US most likely. This is what Netanyahu wanted. Okay, there is an official. Okay, Al Mayadeen, which is closely linked to Iran, it's reporting based on Iranian official if Israel takes action against our retaliation, that there will be an immediate and larger response from Iran. So clearly, there's more and more talk about. There's more and more talk about Iran responding. Cool Cat, thank you so much. He said he sent the super chat earlier. Sorry if I'm missing some of them, by the way. I'm just preoccupied with what I'm getting here. Well, would you mind repeating it? Hold on a second. Oh, do you think if the people in Israel are evil, or the government here, like the USA, our government is okay with genocide, but we're not? Look, in Israel, the population in general is indoctrinated on racism. I wouldn't say all of them, obviously, because I know many Israelis who are against genocide, so we can't conclude that it's all of them. However, we also can't be delusional and say the majority doesn't support this. There are people in Israel who support a bigger genocide in Gaza. And many of them were boasting about it. Many of them are people in the mainstream media. Many of them are in the government. But obviously not all of them. Not all of them. And again, we repeat, this all of this could have been avoided if Israel implemented equality. But they believe in supremacy, right? Terry, welcome. Grass Monster, are there any dancing IDF TikTok tonight? You don't know what these psychopaths are up to. And Andy, thank you so much. Earth Extreme is saying IRGC also noted that for the first time, Iran used missiles with separable warheads to break through Israel's air defenses. I wouldn't be surprised because based on the level of missiles that landed, many of them landed. Let me see if I have any more new images. Sorry, live videos from. Oh, by the way, this was in central Tel Aviv, by the way. This one was in central Tel Aviv. Hold on a second. This was one of them in central Tel Aviv. Apparently there were 10 interceptions in the Haifa region, you're saying. But other people said they landed. Other people said they landed. Because Haifa holds a lot of key strategic areas, the chemical refineries, the oil refineries, the bay, bases, army bases. Again, in case you haven't seen this one, it's another repeat of the earlier one. In case you haven't seen it before. Look how many, again, look how many, they said 99% intercepted. Look at that. Sophia Music, thank you so much for your super. Many Americans feel tricked by Netanyahu. I don't know why anyone would be tricked by this man. He's one of the most pathological liars, these people. Amal Awad, thank you so much. Also, everyone. And John McGuire. And Andy, thank you so much. Mind you, there's a massive, by the way, what people need to understand, difference between what Israel is saying and the actual number, and the numbers that we've actually seen landing in Israel are unprecedented. But Israel's saying dozens, and we intercepted. Oh, I have a sea view image for you here from Eilat. Look, I have a sea view for you here. Look, that's from Eilat, South Israel. That is from Eilat. Again, look at them landing, hitting. That's from Eilat, published by Israelis. Look at this. Look at this. Jordan intercepted some of them for the sake of Israel. That's from an area called the Ramtha. And look what happened in Jordan. Look at that. So Jordan intercepted, like I said, some of these missiles and UAVs for Israel, and that's what happened there. Look at that. That's in Jordan, because they intercepted some of them for the sake of Israel. Apparently, they intercepted a few, and if you haven't heard, the US intercepted a few. Okay, we have more images from Israelis in Kiryat Gat. That's next to Tel Aviv. That's what's happening there. Again, no interception. David, thank you so much. No interception. No nothing. Then Mary, thank you as well for your supers. Let me see. Now we have another video here from an area called Afula that people are circulating. Again, all of this is personal videos. That's near Tel Aviv, in an area called Afula. In case you haven't seen this, landing in South Israel. This was recorded by Arab Palestinian citizens of Israel. Mind you, Iran didn't use the biggest, more dangerous missiles, by the way. They're clearly giving a taste. Someone's sharing this on social media. What do you think? Okay, we have some more explosion images. People are still sharing some of the recordings from the ground. Look at this. That's another missile intercepted by the Iron Dome, yeah? As in the fly that was accompanying the Iron Dome. The missile landed, but the fly was intercepted by the Iron Dome. Multiple flies have been intercepted, invading Israeli airspace from Iran and Jordan. But the missiles landed. This is to the west of Al-Khalil or Hebron. No, not this one. You saw this one. Where did we go? Here we go. This is recorded from next to Hebron in the West Bank. Again, look how many missiles. I can't see, what was there, one interception or something? But look at that. Okay, one intercepted there, probably again. And look at how many are landing, ladies and gentlemen. And these ballistic missiles should have been intercepted from way above. All of this is landing on Israel. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And they didn't finish recording. They didn't finish recording. Let me see if I missed something for you. I'm sharing all of the info that comes here. Of course, you're not going to see that on television. Let's hope this video stays here. Another country is worried, ladies and gentlemen, apart from Egypt. Are you ready for this? The Saudi Foreign Ministry, we express our very severe concern and worry about the escalation, the military escalation in the region, and the dangers that can stem from it. So Saudi Arabia is worried. They're worried that Riyadh season will be affected, or is it over now? Or the parties or stuff. The Alchemist, thank you. Let's see. What Hezbollah saying? Okay, there's a confirmation that there has been a confirmed direct hit on an Israeli military base in the Negev desert. So some of these missiles that I showed you landed, some of them might have been directed on that base. Iranian Revolutionary Guards are saying we attacked military targets that are very important to the Zionist army in the occupied lands, and we successfully hit it and destroyed it. Again, the Foreign Ministry of Iran, we will not hesitate in taking more measures, more defensive measures to protect our interests in the face of any aggression. Our defensive measures by the legitimate self-defense proves our approach, our responsible approach towards regional security. That's right. The only people destabilizing the regional security are the US, Israel, and some Western powers as well. And the Iranian Revolutionary Guards are also saying that we confirm our continuation in protecting Iranian national interests and taking down any attempts of the enemy to destabilize the security of our country. They also said we again reaffirm good neighborliness with the regional states, but we confirmed that any threat from America and the Zionist entity on any state will lead to a suitable attack on the source. That's the direct threat if the US tries to use any bases in the Gulf states to attack Iran. Okay, what are some of the Israeli channels are saying? They might let some words slip. What they don't say on the news networks, some of their reporters will let slip. Let's see. Israeli media, they're repeating that it's, again, a historical moment in Israeli history that Iran targeted them directly in such manner. Iran confirms, by the way, that they attacked Nevatim base in Israel. There's been some soldiers shot in the West Bank, apparently. Okay, let's. I think we'll wrap it up here for today. We're probably going to have another long live stream tomorrow, and some more videos potentially during the day. Let's see if there's anything else before we wrap up to let you know what you won't know in other places. Okay. To wrap up, before we finish, much as I would like to continue throughout the night with you, but we have to finish it up. Unprecedented historical attack from Iran on Israel, confirmed landings, as with the videos that I've shown you here. Apologies, all of them through my phone because we can't see them. These people share them directly. I share them with you. Iran is saying we, It's in accordance to international law, Charter 51, UN, self-defense, consider it done deal. If Israel continues, we'll have an immediate and bigger attack. The hypocrite genocide supporters in the West are supporting Israel, obviously condemning what's happening. Of course they would, because they're immoral hypocrites, Zionists, obviously. You know, what are we going to expect? Like I said from the beginning, Israel and the US and the West should shut up, contain it, and finally reach a core solution that provides equality for everyone. If they don't shut up and they continue with their arrogant approach, typical neo-colonialist arrogant approach, they will see more repercussions. And it's baffling that some of these countries are still standing with this genocidal satanic death cult, killing and murdering and slaughtering innocent civilians and butchering children and women and raping people and forcing their family members to see them. But that's to clarify and to highlight who leads your countries. If you're in one of these countries, you're lucky if you're not. Led by genocidal psychopaths. And if they don't contain it, again, the party to blame here is Israel and anyone supporting Israel. Iran is defending itself like the Palestinian people are defending itself. It took 6 months for Iran to retaliate. They gave everyone a very long time. There's so much you can, you know, have self-restraint, right? If you don't want to, what are you expecting, really? What are you expecting? Expecting people to bow down to you 24/7? Doesn't work like that. The world is changing. If anyone has any common sense in the countries behind Israel, because let's not forget Israel is a little puppet state. Without American support, it doesn't survive. They will stop, contain it, close their mouths, and continue to try and reach an actual solution that provides equality for the Palestinian people, a problem that we've been facing for 75 years. If they don't, escalation. Well, what are you expecting? The Palestinian people have a right to defend themselves legally, morally, by human decree, by divine decree, by any decree that you want. So is Iran. Israel doesn't have a right to defend itself because it's an illegal supremacist occupier. So are the genocidal states behind it. Again, thank you so much for everyone for being with me. It was really nice to report things live to you from the ground, from inside of Israel and inside of occupied Palestine, really. And thank you so much for everyone who participated and with your comments and your input. And thank you so much for everyone with your supers. I really, really appreciate them. They support my work massively. Apart from that, enjoy your, well, we're Sunday now. Longest live stream ever. I'll keep you updated tomorrow. We'll most likely have a few videos tomorrow. Thank you to our moderators as well. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. It looks like we have a lot of action in front of us, though. Thank you so much again, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Pleasure being with you. I will continuously keep you updated with everything from the ground, including any other reports that I get from the ground on the live stream. And thank you again, and see you soon in the next video. Good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Have some rest. Don't don't always watch the news. Have a break as well. It's important. And see you soon in the next video. Take care.